You know what I'm saying? I
Brother
did go like,
Shaka,
oh, yeah.
let me say this before I go. You are one of the most dangerous brothers in our community. Why? Because he has been listening for a long time, and when you say something, he's going to say, "Wait, but you said this on this day. Here's the video."
And he's going to have the
He is one of the
documentation.
most dangerous brothers in our community. And so I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that Sonnetta's audience now knows about you. He was talking to me about Shaka, 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 Shaka. I thought he was talking about Shaka almost for a second. Because Sonnetta love him some Shaka Ma'at forever. So I'm just honored that now we have a more global. I know Rob Moore was kind of making a joke, but he was also making a comment. The reality is that this internet is going to allow Africans all over the world to connect on our interest, and that is powerful. That is powerful.
Yes.
I'm honored to be on. I promise I will communicate with you. I'm watching your shows ardently, Shaka. So whenever you would like me to come and chat with you privately or publicly, please let me know.
Yeah.
Okay?
Otep Senu Hena Senut. E.T. Ren Ishaka Nugukemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is Batty Shawn. Say it and so. Let me check the sound quality one moment. Sounds okay on my end. So, to the nitty gritty. I don't think I will be long. I think it will be a brief live stream. BB Best is in the place to be. Now, if somebody wants to get on the panel, you have the link, feel free, but you need a okay. And he wrote, this time I'm Bucharest. Which country is Bucharest? Which Eastern European country is it? Romania, okay. Do we know each other? BB Best. So, you have the link right there to get on the panel if you want to. Let me do the fair use disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, education, scholarship, and research. Here is a link to the video called Kemet Ma'at. It has over 400,000 views. I recommend that you watch it. It's less than an hour long. So, right here, out of curiosity, I went on that channel. This is the latest live stream, Mosi Warrior Clan, you know, because somebody using that account wrote that I don't know anything and that that I am anti-Wujao, right? So he responded to my publication, right? Said, "Oh, you don't want to smoke with me, or whatever." And I asked him the question: "Are you Black Panther or Kofi?" I didn't get any answer yet. So today, just actually a little bit earlier, out of curiosity, I went on that account and I saw that dude that I have nicknamed 2 years ago. I have nicknamed him Batty Shawn, but you can see his username Sean P. He is a riparianite. He is part of the Seshu crew or team, right? So I'm like, say it ain't so. I'm not accusing that he is the one who wrote those messages, but it would make sense if he was the one, and you will see why. So on the top, this is a screen capture of the latest live stream just yesterday. At the bottom, left and right, those are screen captures, and you can see the video right here if you are interested. Screen captures. I usually give the sources. So on the left, he's holding 2 copies of the Riparianites book, right? On the bottom right, he's holding the General History of Africa. Now it looks like it is volume 2. Interesting. But I quoted Dr. Shekanta Diop. Now let's go back in time a little bit. Almost 2 years ago, August 12, 2022, I uploaded the following video. I'm sharing the title and the link in the chat. There it is, you have it. Oh, why? Why did YouTube reject my comment? Well, I'm gonna have to try again. Sometimes it does it, but let's try again. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna put the full title. I don't know. And now it's been rejected. Oh man. Well, anyway, I'm gonna share the link. Now, VB Best wrote proud of you, but did not answer my question. I asked him if we know each other. We have Chocho Masenya, who wrote anti-Wujao, ? Wujao is anti-TLA and anti-primary data. He likes the sound of his voice by promoting his conjectures with aim to confuse particularly blacks who have switched off from this topic. And Chocho Masenya wrote, Wujao is anti-scholarship. I'm just reading the chat. But for the record, I had 2 dialogues with Wujao, the first one on my panel and the second one on his panel, the Seshu panel, and it went well. As far as I'm concerned, it went well. So, you know what? Let me try just sharing the link because I really don't know why it's rejecting. Okay, this time it worked. Okay, I like to put the title, but so you have the link to this video entitled Isis the Virgin. On an original text, Garfield owes me $4,200. I only put that title because Garfield was live and he said that if somebody can show him Isis being a virgin from an original text, right? Feel free. And he said, I forgot exactly how much he said, but if you go to that video, you will hear him. He said like he will, maybe he said every 10 minutes, like I'm giving you $100, and every 10 minutes I'm gonna, add $100. But don't quote me with the amount, okay? As you can see, look at here. This was 2 years ago, right? But I made the calculation, right? And that's why I came up with that. But I wasn't expecting him to give me that. It's just a title, okay? My only endeavor was to show Isis being described as a virgin on an original text, okay? So actually, a few minutes prior, this is the original text, and I went through it, right? And then here I'm showing the source, right? So let's listen up. So there it is. That's the book, the most complete dictionary of Medunetje in German. You have the 5 volumes. So once again, it's page 53. On the PDF, it will be page 28. And here you have the word Henut. Now that's volume 5 for the record. I'm not sure if I have said it, but you can see the title of this book, the word book, you know what I'm saying? And volume 5. Okay, so you have the page of volume 5. Now for those who have the PDF, it's page 28 on the PDF, but on the actual book is page 53. Let's continue. And the definition you have Madchen, which translates as girl on Google Translate, and Jungfrau, which translates as virgin on Google Translate. So Garfield, on this one, I'd rather you send it on PayPal rather than Cash App. You have my PayPal address here. You don't need to make any mistakes with my PayPal address. You have the PayPal link in the description of this video, just like. Okay, I'm sure you will hear me at one point say, you know, that I wasn't really expecting him to send the money. You know what I'm saying? Now, what happened? I went on his stream. It's no longer on his channel, right? And you know how he is. He always needs people. So he had Reggie. And that's when he put me on hold for 40 minutes. Now, the title is strong, so I'm just going to share the link. Just going to share the link. And I'm going to let you hear what happened. Title is strong. So you see the video. Can you see it? Yes. It was called Jesus Wars versus Kemet Wars. ISIS, a virgin or not? Question mark. So right now I'm on his panel. He played part of my videos, and you will hear, "Hey, Mustin Maxwell, it's been a while. It's been a while, right? Are you the brother who have like some sort of praise? The brother that I thought was older than me. I'm sorry, that I thought was younger than me, but you're actually older than me. Is that you, or do I have it wrong? But that name rings a bell, definitely. I hope you're doing well, brother. So let's listen up. The mark of the feminine, and then the term. My source is the largest. So once again, right now, what I am playing is when I was on Garfield Reed's panel, right?
Hold on, Shaka. Is that it? Do you want me to play more?
No, you can stop. You can stop.
Can I share my screen? Go ahead, Shawn.
And now the person you're hearing is Batty Shawn, right? I did not know that he was part of the Mosi Warrior clan. You know, I'm not accusing him of being the one who typed those messages. Hence the title, "Say It Ain't So." I was hesitant about putting "say it ain't you" or "saying it ain't so." I guess it's better to put this the later. So that live stream that I'm playing, that's when I was put on hold for 40 minutes because Reggie tried to refute me doing Google scholarship. And after 40 minutes of trying to refute me, Reggie Mabry said, "I need to do more research." So it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a surprise. It's not, you know, out of luck or, you know, just coincidence that I was attacked by several people because they do, you know, friendship scholarship. So here.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead. Share your screen.
All right. Okay, so Shaka says this word, right?
Man. So this is Batty Shawn, and it looks to me like, what is it called again? Vigus. I asked Ujao who, yes, Mercy Maxwell wrote, "Yes, I will hit you up on WhatsApp." You have my phone number, do you? So I've shown my source, the Word book, and this guy is showing what looks like Vegas to me. You know? So let's hear it.
Meant something. So we got to go look up the word.
You need to go on the dictionary. Now, mind you.
So we got to go look up.
Let's hear what he said again. He said, listen.
Meant something. This word, right? So Shaka says, this word, right?
Shaka said this word, what, right?
Meant something.
That this word meant something.
So we got to go look up the word.
So we got to go look up the word. And right after that, you will hear me say my source, because he's not going through my source, right? Chocho Messenia wrote, where is the evidence that Kemet means black soil only? Why is he, Ujao, avoiding chronology? Why is he avoiding peer-reviewed sources? They have a book. This Batty Shawn guy is on tape, on video, showing 2 copies of that book, right? About the place name Kemet. Their theory is that Kemet means riparian land or riparian country, something to that effect. Because of their theory and their book, it's a sales endeavor. If they deal with the grammar of the hieroglyphic, they cannot promote their books. You understand what I'm saying? They started with that book, some other works followed. And lately, the pseudo-linguist, the pseudo-archaeological linguist who says that Allah is in the Egyptian text, and that Allah is an indigenous African god, right? He has only 1 rating on Amazon. So they are struggling. So it's that simple. Now, you need to go on the dictionary, Wurtemberg, the Egyptian sparks.
I don't have to go.
Relax, bro. You're going to get your job to speak and everything. Just let him do what he's doing. We just played your video instead of you talking.
Yeah, but Garfield, it's all good. I can be quiet. But you didn't play the part of the video where I show which dictionary I get the translation from. But it's all good.
Yes, you did. You showed the what do you call it, dictionary, the German dictionary.
No, you didn't. You didn't play that. But it's all good. I'll wait.
Okay.
No.
Well, he actually, with all fairness, it's just that we didn't see the process of how to get to the dictionary. But at one point, we can see from the dictionary. But the people didn't get to see how to access the dictionary because he scrolled forward. So that's not a big deal here. However, I was just trying to tell the monkey Shawn that he needs to go to the German dictionary, because right now he's going on Weiger's dictionary. So what's the point going to some dictionary that I did not cite?
I don't know, bro. Well, go ahead, Shawn. Go ahead.
Okay, Garfield. In the video that he just showed, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes and he starts looking. He has the text up, and then he's freestyling it. He goes to the German dictionary. We all know this is the German dictionary because the German dictionary is handwritten.
This is Batty Shawn. This is a member of the Seshu, and you can already hear how much of a clown he is. He said that I was freestyling, right? So now showing the most, the largest hieroglyphic dictionary in the world, one of the most known, one of the most famous and respected and cited hieroglyphic dictionary in the world, and he has the nerve to say that I was freestyling because I'm citing from it. Now, you all heard about the TLA, right? Well, the main things that you see on the TLA are entries from the Wörterbuch. Now, I don't have the proper pronunciation because I do not speak German, right? But I'm sure you've heard people pronounce somehow, some way, something close to word to book. Okay, so let's continue. And then, oh, sorry, he said, oh, it's in German. Yes, it is in German. Congratulations, you have made such a discovery, you know. And then he says it's handwritten. So what? Faulkner is handwritten as well. I mean, and this is the clown Batty Shawn, a member of the Seshu, right? Let's continue.
Everything about the German dictionary is handwritten.
Now, you heard of Monkey Shawn? He's saying that I'm gonna fast forward. It's a Huigation person.
Proper method. All right. So now, if we're using proper methodology, the glyphs are reading from left to right. It is
it's great that now we are able to stream and share. We don't even have to download videos anymore. We can just share. This is, but after I addressed Batty Shawn, he went on holiday for a long time. We didn't hear from him. Now 2 years later, he's hiding behind a YouTube username, a YouTube account. Oh, maybe it's not him. It seems like, you know, but he may confirm. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, let's continue.
Is the twisted flax, the rabbit, which is the win. Right, so it'd be like went in because it has the E30.
He wanna ask, like, he's teaching. You know, the W is pronounced U, but it's all good. You know,
glyph, and then the
so that would be un. You know, but it's okay. You know, it's not the end of the world. Okay, let's continue.
Water ripple underneath, and then a bread loaf, and then the seated man with something in his mouth. So it's going to be an A there, right? It's an A2. I should be able to find this, right? This word, this particular way, right, in this dictionary, sometimes.
Now, you see this Monkey Shawn? He said, I should be, and you see Stokely Baruti, it's been a long time. I hope you're doing well, brother. Now, I'm gonna fast forward. Let's continue.
Depends on which version of the dictionary you got, if you'll find an actual word. So now, if I start eliminating glyphs and I just start looking for the twisted flax with the E34 there.
So who is freestyling now? He's like, if I start eliminating glyphs, see, the majority of the Seshu followers are just clown pseudo groupies, you know, and I don't mean any disrespect. You have the proof right now. You can just hear it. The guy who accused me of freestyling because I cited one of the most known and respected and cited hieroglyphic dictionary had the nerve to say that I was freestyling, and you can hear him doing what he accused me of doing. Let's continue.
You see how you see this glyph pattern right here? Let me make my screen bigger.
That's not the word that I have.
Bro.
No, but that's ridiculous what you're doing, because you're not showing the dictionary that I quoted from.
Relax.
Go ahead, Shawn.
Yeah, now
relax.
He put me out of the channel again.
So you're going.
So, Garfield Reed put me out of the channel, of the panel. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear it.
To look, you don't have the same glyph pattern, but you're going to get a justification of what the word is according to some of
this Monkey Shawn said you don't have the same glyph pattern. He's not even quoting from the same dictionary. How ridiculous is that? I had to wait nearly 50 minutes for Reggie to do Google scholarship. That got interjected while my video was playing, and when I'm just pointing out that he's not quoting the dictionary that I used in my video, I'm being kicked out of the panel. Let's continue.
The translations, all the glyphs ain't there, right? But this is the closest thing to what he has. It doesn't have the bread loaf in here, but it says child, young man, to be youthful, or it says youth, or it says.
So you can see, I'm not making that up. You cite a dictionary, you name the dictionary, you even give the page, the volume, the page, and instead of that dude going to that dictionary you cited, right? He's going through some PDF called Vigus. I asked Ujao who Vigus is, you know, and if Batty Shawn can tell me who Vigus is, I'm interested. Let's continue.
It says youthful vigor, or it says pupil of the eye, right? The only glyph that's missing is the bread loaf. So I'm not taking away, Shaka, anything that you got from the TLA, because we can pull the TLA up and we can go to
now I'm mocking Sean after putting up a dictionary that I did not cite and stating that the word that I showed is not there. And he says, I'm not putting out anything that you got from the TLA. I did not even cite the TLA. So the monkey Sean is citing two sources that I did not quote. All that just to talk. Those dudes, those monkey dudes who bend over against smacked in the bum, they feel like if the longer they talk, then the more sense they make. That's their mentality. These long-winded rise of volcano teachers.
to the TLA and do all of this other renditions, but we have to break down the entire text, right? From the beginning of what you had on the screen and go in a full sentence what the entire text is saying. We just can't say, we can't cherry pick a word, say, well, this word means this, and then.
You hear that? You can't cherry pick a word and say this word means this. I didn't say what the word meant. I went through the word book. Now in the chat, you can see what I wrote. I wrote that I did not, use a TLA. You know what I'm saying? Because I was off the panel, so I had to use the chat. Let's hear it. Let's continue.
And this word means that, and this is how you get.
Danny Williams in the place to be. How you doing, brother? You know Batty Shawn? I did not even know he was part of the Mosi Warrior clan. Out of curiosity, I went on that YouTube channel, and the latest live stream, he was there. So I'm wondering if he is the one who wrote those messages. I did ask him if he was Black Panther or if he was Kofi. I didn't have an answer yet, right? So now I'm taking people back in time, two years ago, when he made a fool out of himself publicly. Let's continue.
This, and then this word means that, and this is how you get this. That's not how it works. You know that, Reggie knows that, I know that, and everybody who transliterate and translate text knows that. We have to come up with a sensible translation.
Do you hear that, clown? So now you cite a respected and known dictionary, and he's like, oh, man, that's not how it works. I know that. You know that. Shaka knows that. You are a clown, Batty Shawn. You are a real clown. I mean, come on now. There's levels to this, homie.
After we followed our steps, we have.
Now, Monkey Sean. Now he's lecturing me now. Now he's giving me lessons on methodology. Now, Monkey Sean, show me Rise of Volcano. Do this methodology of yours. Show me Rise of Volcano, which is what your guru, Asar Himofek, has been teaching. If you don't do it, ask somebody else to do it, like the fake linguist or his other groupie. And do the same, if you don't mind, to show me that Allah is in the Egyptian text. You monkey dude.
Have to identify the direction. Then we have to group the signs.
He said we have to identify the direction. This dude is acting like he's teaching people how to make nature work. Now he's talking about the direction of reading. What does that have to do with the translation? As if I read the glyphs in the wrong direction or something. Just talking for the sake of it. These people, I'm telling you.
We group the signs, then we start forming words. After we form words, then we come up with a sensible translation. And most of that time, if we don't understand how the grammar works, we could be mistranslating a text and we don't get the real meaning if we don't know what it's saying. And we can assume. So now you said live on this show that you got it from the Waterbuck dictionary. It's what you're using, right?
Go ahead, continue, Sean.
All right, sorry. So he says that he.
Now, I was asked a question I could not even answer. And he was waiting for my answer, right? And you can hear Garfield telling him, okay, go ahead. Let's continue.
Got it from the Waterbuck. Mm-hmm. What he's saying, what he got from the Waterbuck, when I had to rewind the video on your live, right? It's just one word. And the word isn't the word that he gets. He says it says one thing, and then it has all these other glyphs. So the word is capital H, lowercase w, lowercase n. And everything is in a water book, and then it goes down. So now he's looking for dictionary entries for what the word means, but he isn't taking into account the entire glyph patterns. So now we got to go back to the primary that he's actually using, and we got to make sure that all the glyphs are accurate on them. And then we got to go back and go with everything that goes before that and put it in full context.
Now, I know it's a bit technical for people who don't know the hieroglyphic, but that punk clown, butt kissing, boot licking, Batty Shawn was saying what I'm supposed to do. He said that we need to go to the artifact that I've shown and then see with the dictionary. I've shown the artifact, the original artifact. I've shown the actual word on the original artifact, and I have shown that word on the word book. You know, I mean, those clowns, I'm telling you, they are so ridiculous. It's just sad. And that's probably why he may be hiding under that username. But who knows, maybe it's not him. However, it doesn't change the fact that what he stated and what you're hearing right now is just a clown trying to kick knowledge. Let's continue.
Because it could be saying something youthful and not anything virgin-like, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be saying.
So right now he's guessing. It could be. Either you go and have a look, or you shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. I did that. I presented that. Let's continue.
Now, hear me closely. It could be saying something youthful. It could be a word before that, like it could be the beautiful child. It could be saying that.
You hear this monkey?
Hold on, Sean. We'll go to the next slide. Go to the next slide. Let me tell everybody in the chat.
You hear this monkey talking all this time? Why doesn't he go to the source that I cited? Why doesn't he go to the primary? Isn't here, rumbling? He could say this, he could say that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Where they do that at? Since when you put a guest on hold for nearly 50 minutes, then you kick him out of the panel like at least 3 times, and now listen how irritated he will get because people are not happy with me being kicked out that way. But before that, I'm just gonna have to get rid of a troll. Troll. Yeah.
First of all, Maya Forever has no discipline. Have you heard Reggie? Reggie and Sean don't even get along, and they're both on the panel. You haven't heard Reggie jumping one time.
You hear this monkey Garfield? I've been waiting for 40 minutes plus, nearly 50 minutes. Reggie had all the liberty to speak. And Garfield, I'm out of the panel. I cannot even say Jack. I just put in the chat that I was kicked out. And the monkey Garfield says that I have no discipline. He makes me wait nearly 50 minutes. He kicks me out 3 times. And when I'm out of the panel, I cannot even say Jack. The dude is acting like I've been making trouble now. Because he's irritated. Because even his own moderator, I've shown the different messages from his own moderator, who was like, stop that, go to the source. Now he's irritated because the narrative that they try to push, he doesn't work. You understand what I'm saying? And that's ridiculous. So those guys are unbiased? Man. Now for those who just arrived, it's important that you know how these Batty crew get down, how they bend over and get smacked in the bum.
Ridiculous Asar Imhotep. First of all, let's get to know Asar Imhotep. Listen for yourself.
Did you go through any kind of hazing process?
No, I pledged. Yes.
Okay, so you went through a hazing process.
No, I pledged. There's a difference.
Okay, so as you went through the hazing process, did they slap you on the ass with a paddle?
Yes, they did.
Oh, okay. So you bent over, you grabbed your ankle, and that paddle was smacking that ass.
Basically.
Okay.
Dang. That was Asar Imhotep himself. Christopher Withers is in a place to be hero. The word Henut has more of a nuance of youngster, vigorous, young child. Virgin can be implicit, but this word at face value has not sex implications. Well, feel free if you speak German. I've shown the source. Wörterbuch, volume 5, and I think it is page 53, but I've shown it, right? So if you don't speak German, feel free to ask a colleague or a friend or use any dictionary. But there's the word, and I think it is Jungfrau, and it means virgin, right? And as a matter of fact, while we are at it, there's somebody, he's not my homie, but then there was no issue, and he dealt with the topic. He dealt with the topic, and he says it means virgin. Smash Rockwell. So I'm sharing the link in the chat. There it is. Was Isis a virgin? Smash Rockwell deals with the topic. V. Bennett is in the place to be. He's being greeted by Donnie Williams, and Christopher Withers wrote, I saw it. So then I don't understand what you're trying to say, brother. But feel free if you want to disagree with me. I don't have a problem with that. Now, what is the word that you are talking about? Okay, in German. I'm just curious, right? Because if my memory doesn't fail me, it is Jungfrau. You see? Okay. Let's continue. Now, Christopher Withers wrote, it is out of date. Is the TLA out of date, brother? Smash Rockwell uses the TLA all day, every day. Reggie Mabry uses the TLA all day, every day. The Riparianites, Wu Jiao and his crew, they be using the TLA also on a regular basis. But everybody is free to say what they want, ask what they want. And he wrote not the new one. Okay. Are you saying, Brother Christopher Withers, that the new TLA does not use the Wörterbuch? We don't have the entries of the Wörterbuch? Because the system, the website is one thing. But the source, from my understanding, because personally I don't really use a TLA like that. I'd rather go to the dictionary straight away. But from my understanding, the TLA, the main source was the Wörterbuch. Donnie Williams is asking, the new TLA is outdated? No, he is, from my understanding, Christopher is talking about the first one, or the previous one. I don't know how many they had, but Christopher Withers wrote, it has updates. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I have shown the word, so I'm going back a little bit. There it is. So for those who don't know, I'll share the link to the video, but here it is. Is it sharing? Yes. This is this current live stream, but I'll share the link to the video. So Wörterbuch, the Ägyptischen Sprache, forgive me, I don't claim to speak German, so my pronunciation is probably not great. Volume 5, page 53. On the PDF, because it is available on PDF, it is page 28, but you will see that on the book it is page 53. And here you have the word henut, and you have the glyphs right there. And here you have those different words. So here it looks like Beleget Seit, Pyr, maybe it stands for pyramid, pyramid text. I don't know. It's not good to guess. I said maybe. And then here we have Madchen. I think this is maiden, and then here we have Jungfrau, right? And as a matter of fact, what I'm at it, Jungfrau, June, Jungfrau, Frau. So translate, Google Translate, Here, we're going to go to German. There it is. Okay. Jungfrau. Boom. And here we have Virgo. I don't know why it says Virgo rather than Virgin, because Virgo is really the astrological sign, right? Jungfrau. Translation. Collins Dictionary. English translation of Jungfrau. Now, let me share that link in the chat. I'm not familiar with Collins Dictionary. Boom. You have the link in the chat. Right there. And it says, feminine noun, virgin. Okay. Here we have Die Jungfrau Maria, the Virgin Mary. Now there's a Cambridge Dictionary. Let's see what we're gonna have. Oh, we don't have German. Hold on. Or maybe we don't have German. Okay, never mind. Okay. So Christopher wrote, check the digital corpus, the new TLA. It is more up to date. Christopher Withers wrote, young woman equals Jungfrau. Well, which dictionary says that? Out of curiosity, I've already showed, Collins Dictionary. Now, feel free, let's participate. We can all learn every day, including myself. I don't know it all.
All he has to do is, I played his video, it's Shawn turn, then Reggie, then we back to him. So you running your mouth now, Garfield kick me out like a girl in the chat is stupid.
Now you hear that monkey Garfield, that disrespectful bastard? And you heard him, you heard what he said? He said, we play your video. Now it's Shawn's turn, then Reggie, then we go back to Shaka. And Reggie spoke for nearly 50 minutes already. That's how you treat guests. But you're going to get to know what it means when people say, don't start now, won't be none. You started something. I took the time so that the people know this will be a point of reference. You started something, good. There will be repercussions. Buckle up. And
you're going to be on the show. But
and he says, like a little girl. Like a little girl. Monkey Garfield. Monkey Garfield. How many times did you bend over and did you get smacked in the butt? The dude who violated your daughter. Did you call him a little girl? You were very curious. Does he know some stuff about you? What does he know about you? How many people smacked you in the bum? How many other body parts did they smack? Man, please. Some things that's hidden might come to the light.
You just don't have any discipline. Nobody interrupted when I was playing the video. But you don't want people to talk.
And the video, you see, fast forwarded. They do 7-hour live stream. Reggie speaks for 50 minutes, and 20 minutes is too long. And mind you, he's like a parent, that's telling off his own child. I'm not on the panel. I haven't interrupted anybody. I just put in the chat that he kicked me out so that the people know. And listen how irritated he is. And he keeps going on saying, I don't have any discipline. I don't have any discipline. So now I cannot even put a message in the chat. I cannot even put a message in the chat now. It's all good.
And you have to say something. You got to have discipline, bro. We all adults. Now you jump off totally. Now you jump off 100%.
Yes. Then I bounced.
Come on, let's go. Sean P, finish up, bro. You got all the time in the world. I got 34 minutes and I gotta go.
Sean, can I ask you, if you go to the TLA, see, my example was just looking at
All right. You know what's funny? From my memory, I asked Batty Shawn, do you speak German? But we did not hear me because Garfield kicked me out. You see? So 2 years later, it seems like Batty Shawn is maybe hiding behind a username. Now, there's two things I want to share. And if somebody wants to get on a panel, feel free, then I can call it a day. That one right here. Did Jonathan Widerman contradict himself? His translation surely contradicts Dr. Peter J. Brand. And here, the second dialogue I had with Ujau. And let me show you why I'm sharing those two. There you have it in the chat. You see right here, Dr. Jonathan Widerman he translated this, the black cows. Ujau, just a couple of days ago, translated this, the black cows, right? But then, when you have the seated man and the seated woman, Dr. Jonathan Widerman translated this, and I'm paraphrasing, the people from that which is black. You know, now when he said that which is black is his translation of Kemet, right? So there is a new grammar rule that I'm unaware of. When it's a bull, he translates it as cows, and because of the Kem previously, right? He says black cows, right? But then when you have a man and a woman, oh, it's not black people. It's not the blacks for a strange reason. Now, Dr. Peter J. Brand has already translated this as black people. And I'm going to let you hear it. So I don't know if Ujau said that Dr. Peter J. Brand was completely wrong. But right now we have Dr. Jonathan Widerman who contradicted himself, and we have Ujau who contradicted himself as well. There's no grammar rule. Now, Kwame Mentote will translate the word virgin from English to German. Where? But you know, my thing is this. I went to the TLA and I dealt with the word in the TLA. Okay, so if you do from English to German, you know, it's something else. You know, I did not write the TLA. That's not my claim. That's not my writing. You see? And I've used, now I don't know how reputable Collins Dictionary is, you know. But I've heard of Collins before, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, Jungfro. The word is Jungfro. That's what's of interest to me. That's what those scholars wrote. That's the source that I used. Okay? But if anybody disagrees, you know, with the translation of Collins Dictionary, it's fine with me. If people disagree with me, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I've used many strong words towards Garfield. That was 2 years ago. And as you have seen, he labeled me a little girl. He said I was like a little girl just because in the chat I wrote that I was kicked off. Make that make sense. You know, like there's some limits, you know. And, oh yes, we're going to hear from Dr. Dr. Peter J. Brand. Sharing the link in the chat. There's a new grammar rule that I'm unaware of. goodness, it's gonna be interesting. I'm telling you. So here's the link: Vindication of Sheikh Anta Diop by Peter J. Brand. Chocho Messenia wrote that new grammar rule that you, Ndugu, are not aware of is called magical grammar rule. He can change anytime without warning. For those who may not know, I emailed Dr. Jonathan Wienerman, and I also emailed Dr. Peter J. Brand. Let's hear from the later.
Refers to, and
But
we're reading from
J. Brown, professor of Egyptology from the University of Memphis.
We're reading from left to right. Those first three signs represent the group Kemet, and it comes from the word Kem, which means black. So Kemet means literally that which is black. And generally speaking, this word classically refers to Egypt as being the black land. And then the three signs you have, the seated man, the seated woman, and those three strokes that look like the number one. Those three strokes together is sort of the designation for plural. So the man and women and the three strokes would be like meaning generically people. So if you read this would look like a writing for the black people.
Okay.
Or those who are black, referring to a group of people. And if you wanted to write a word that meant those who are black, referring to people, this is how you would write it. The question I have is whether this is actually something that it would appear on an ancient Egyptian text, or whether this is something somebody has composed in using Egyptian hieroglyphs that is not actually from an ancient Egyptian text.
So he was unaware that this is found in an ancient Egyptian text. The only difference is that you don't have the owl. If I'm not mistaken, it's got in reference G17, but let me check, because maybe G17 is actually the reed leaf, No, the reed leaf is M17. So the owl is definitely G17, but it doesn't change anything with the translation because its phonetic complement is the sound M, and we already have the sound M with the Kem glyph, okay? So if that new grammar rule in hieroglyphic exists, then it seems that Dr. Peter J. Brown is unaware of it. And in the chat, I have shared Cambridge Dictionary, right? And let me just show you. Now, this is reputable, Cambridge Dictionary, right? Now, what I did anyway is, I opened a new window, but I basically, and everybody can do it right now. I've put German to English, you see? It again. Any search engine, this time I'm using Google, German to English, went down. And on the Collins Dictionary, you have Cambridge Dictionary here. So, Jungfrau, Jungfrau. Boom. And what does it say? Noun, feminine, virgin. Sie ist noch Jungfrau. She's still a virgin. So, for the record. Now, Christopher wrote, Kemut is a noun, and the Kemetiu is an isbe. And here wrote, careful, you should watch this whole interview. Well, I think I'm being very careful, but feel free to tell me what else you want to say. I'm welcoming anything that people want to share with me, But for those who don't know, 50 years before Dr. Peter J. Brand, Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop made the same translation. The same translation. He didn't use the word black or black people. He used the word Negroes, which means the same thing. Negroes, just like a nègre in French, was commonly used. You have any negative, there's that word, I don't know if it's nuance, but there's a word that escapes me. But um, dang, it may come back to me. But there was, back then, Negroes or Negro, and in French is nègre. It was not negative. Once again, actually, Dr. Sheck, thank you, connotation. Thank you, Kwame Mentuhotep. That's the word I was looking for. There's another last stream I was looking for that word as well. And as a matter of fact, Dr. Shekonta Diop's most famous book in French is called Nation Nègre et Culture, which, if I translate it, it means Negro Nation and Culture. You see, so Dr. Shekonta Diop himself used the French word Negro, which is once again nègre, in his magnum opus. So here's the link if somebody wants to get on the panel. I have a little bit of time, so feel free. I would love to hear from you. But I'm curious, Christopher, with this, you wrote careful. You should watch this whole interview. I did not watch the whole. Oh yeah, yes, actually I did. Well, I wasn't on the screen all the time. Sometimes they were not commenting on some on some actual glyphs, but actually I've heard the whole time when he was on the panel. Dr. Peter J. Brand, Dr. Jonathan Winterman, I did not listen to the whole thing. I did not, but Dr. Peter J. Brand, I did watch the whole interview. I did. I don't remember each and every single word that was said, but I did watch it. Yes, definitely. But why do you say careful? Is there anything you disagree with, something that I've said? Now, in the meantime, and what's interesting, is that Batty Shawn showed general history of Africa. And for those who are not aware, oh snap, General History of Africa, Volume 2, the first result is UNESCO. And then if you click, oh, it opened in a new page. You can download or make it larger, but here it is. That's a new page, but anyway. So the first chapter, smaller, was written by Job. Page 40 something, 42, there it is, page 42. 50 years before Dr. Peter J. Brown, this is what Dr. Shekonta Diop wrote. In Egyptian, words are normally followed by a determinative which indicates their exact sense, and for this particular expression, Egyptology suggests that Kem equals black, that the color, hold on. Or maybe the previous one. Yes, it's actually page 41. So here, the Egyptians as they saw themselves. It is no waste of time to get the views of those principally concerned. How did the ancient Egyptians see themselves? Into which ethnic category did they put themselves? What did they call themselves? The language and literature left to us by the Egyptians of the pharaonic epoch supply explicit answers to these questions, which the scholars cannot refrain from minimizing, twisting, or interpreting. The Egyptians had only one term to designate themselves, Kemet. Now that's a collective, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Faulkner mentions the collective I think the water book may mention the collective as well. But anyway, Kemet, the Negroes. Now some people will say this is Kemet to you, but you know, we have the glyphs here. This is really a transliteration, but so the Negroes literally. This is the strongest term existing in the Pharaonic tongue to indicate blackness. It is accordingly written with with a hieroglyph representing a length of wood charred at the end and not crocodile scales. This word is the etymological many people say that it has something to do with the crocodile skin or crocodile scale, but this bestseller by Mark Collier and Dear Manley, How to Read Egyptian, they're also talking about, you know, wood, charcoal, whatever word they use, but not crocodile skin or crocodile scale. I've already, you know, dealt with that many times, so, you know. Christopher Withers wrote that, so I presume he's talking about Dr. Peter J. Brown corrected himself about his interpretation. Well, as far as I'm concerned, he made a translation. If he corrected himself, okay, out of curiosity, can you please give me the timestamp? And a few people have shared that video. So if you can give me the title of the video, a few people, it's been uploaded on a few channel, you know. So out of curiosity, you know, I would like to just hear what he had to say, you know. But when he was on the spot, he did his thing. And after a while, he may have kicked in. He may have kicked in and be like, okay, let me just, you know. But yeah, I would like to see it. So if you don't mind, anybody else, even if it's not now, later on, feel free to leave a comment. And in the comments, you know, you can share links. Don't try to share links in the chat. It will not work, you know. It's only me who can share links in the chat, you see. So even if you see the link that you've posted in the chat, if you refresh the page, you will see that your comment is not showing. And I'm talking about the chat. But a comment on a video after the live stream, or a video even if it wasn't a live stream, you are free to leave links, you know. So let me continue. This word is a etymological origin of the well-known root Kemet, which has proliferated in modern anthropological literature. The biblical root Kam is probably derived from it, and it has therefore been necessary to distort the facts to enable this root today to mean white in Egyptological terms, whereas in the Pharaonic mother tongue, which gave it birth, it meant coal black. In Egyptian language, a word of assembly is formed from an adjective or a noun by putting in the feminine singular kemet from the adjective kem. Now here, it looks to me like we have the I6 glyph, Gardner reference I6, and then we have the phonetic complement of the owl. But for strange reason, you know, like it doesn't show. So it may have been when they scanned it, you know, but so it looks to me like here we're supposed to have that one at the top, the I6 leaf. But anyway, I don't see it any other way. So the adjective kem equals black, therefore means strictly Negroes, or at the very least black men. The term is a collective noun which does describe the whole people of Pharaonic Egypt as a black people. In other words, on the purely grammatical plane, if one wishes to indicate Negroes in the Pharaonic tongue, one cannot use any other word than the very one which the Egyptians used for themselves. Furthermore, the language offers us another term, Kemetiu, the Negroes, the black men, literally, the Egyptians as opposed to foreigners. So once again, I did tell Ujau that he was being unfair with Dr. Shekanta Diop by saying that Diop was wrong by saying that the Egyptians only had one term to designate themselves, because that's the sentence he wrote here. But on the same page, he explained that he was dealing on a purely grammatical plane. And furthermore, he gave another term, and he wrote, furthermore, the language offers us another term. And this comes from the same people who have a sale tactic talking about, oh, you need to read my book. You haven't read the book, right? Now, I asked him if he can read books in French. He said no. He said that he has some people that translates books from him, right? Now, the book by Pascal Vernes called Arthribis is about 500 pages. So apparently he has a French-speaking friend that translated a 500 pages book from French to English. I'm really curious about that grammar rule once again. When you have a bull, it's translated as black cows. When you have a man and a woman, it's not translated as black people. Anyway, nobody wants to get on the panel. Nobody wants to say what's up. It's all good then. You know, I'm gonna cut it a day, but Sheldon, just in case, I wouldn't mind say hello to somebody. First, it was only Jonathan Winterman who contradicted himself, but Ujao did the same thing. You know. Then he wants to talk about context. It's so funny, you know. We have Chocho the Black. I'm waiting to see. Oh, there's no webcam, no. It's not against you, but in the message he says, but use a webcam. So, you know, I want people to use a webcam when they get on the panel, you know. Whether it's a mobile phone or computer, you know. It's nothing against you. It's like, I've been saying that for a long time. It's actually written in the message here. Even before, you know, even actually the first comment that I've left in the chat is the same message. Get on the panel, but use a webcam. So I hope you will not get offended, because nowadays you've seen people, sometimes they get offended. It looks like he's trying to set his camera up, but you know, but I'll wait. I have a little bit of time, a few minutes. Oh my goodness, this new grammar rule. Oh, but anyway, you know, Ujao is, you know, tripping about the, you know, so-called red ochre, you know, showing artifacts, you know, when the color has faded away, you know what I'm saying? He's free to do what he wants, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, in the chat, I showed some artifacts, you know, from different countries, and there was one from Portugal. And in the chat, you know, that's after, you know, because I was looking at the chat. I wasn't looking at the chat while I was on this panel. Somebody wrote, oh, we've seen those artifacts before. And I'm like, what? You've been to Portugal, or you came across a video of somebody who went to Portugal and showed that artifact, or you seen it on the picture? Some people are so funny, but that was somebody in the chat, you know, anonymous and identified. So, you know, I ain't going to waste no time. But they are so funny, I'm telling you, you know. It's all good. It's so funny. But that new grammar rule is just amazing, you know. When there's a boo, hold on, a private message, he says, something is wrong with my computer. Well, you can use a mobile phone, you know. I would like to say what's up to you, you know. I'm sure you have a mobile phone. Most people have a smartphone, you know, a phone with a camera. So, you know, it works the same way with a phone, you know. So you don't need to use a computer. Tonight, well, nighttime really, 10 p.m. my time. I'm in France, for those who don't know. It's 4 p.m. EST, New York time. I will do a live stream, but it will be in French. But you know, if some English speakers want to say what's up, they're welcome to. But you know, it will be in French mainly. You know, now somewhere around 4 p.m. EST, New York time. You know, I may do it earlier, I may do it later. But you know, I want to address a few things, you know, to the French speakers. You know. Well, okay. Chocho the Black is still backstage. The camera still is not working. Are you gonna use a phone or not? Because really, I was just waiting to see if somebody wanted to say what's up. So if you're not getting on the panel with a phone, then you know I can call it a day. You know, and I'm gonna live stream it for quite regularly. I'm on holiday, so you know. Okay, private chat. What does it say? Trying to use the phone. Okay, yes. Feel free. Use the phone. Yes. Yeah, I'd love to say what's up. And remember, brothers and sisters, if you disagree with me, it's fine. You know, if I'm being labeled a child because I'm quoting experts, because I'm quoting PhDs, no, that this, you know, this, you know, besides that, you know, it's all good. Now, I went on the session, YouTube channel. I spoke with Ujawu, I spoke with Emiket. You know, it was respectful, it was cordial, and then I bounced. At the end, you know, Ujawu said something, you know, a bit sideways. I said, you know, I'm not going to take offense at that. And I said, thank you, and I bounced. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is. And see, a lot of people, they talk that talk, but they will not. And if I say face me, it may sound like he says some sort of competition, but they will not even dialogue with me, you know, because a lot of people are weak. A lot of people by themselves, they cannot have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I pulled up on this panel before to speak with, you know, the anthropological linguist, and I've spoken to him before. He's always been disrespectful, always talking about, oh, this question doesn't make sense and stuff like that. I mean, this is just ridiculous. And that's the guy who says that Allah is an indigenous African god. You know, it's a wrap. It's a done deal. 1 rating for his latest book. You know, it's not karma. You know, like the claims are whack, the behavior is whack, no respect at all. This dude is just even disrespecting PhDs for a strange reason, you know. And I'm not playing no race card, but the black scholars have been disrespected and spoken about sideways by these anthropological so-called linguists without a degree in linguistics many times. But white scholars, I don't recall hearing those things. You know what I'm saying? It's not an accusation, you know. I'm just saying, you know, this dude said that Diop was inconsistent, that Diop used faulty logic, but yet he says that Allah is an indigenous African god and Allah is in the ancient Egyptian text, and that the word fly, the English word fly, comes from the Medu nature keper, the hieroglyphic ancient Egyptian word keper, the scarab, the dung beetle. This dude has said, and I played him yesterday, and I played him many other times, that the English word fly, you know, to fly, comes from that hieroglyphic word keper. Make that make sense. But that is supposed to be scholarship. And Batty Shawn is butt kissing and boot licking that fake linguist who told the PhD in linguistics, I don't see any reconstruction in your work of Akan. Chocho the Black, are you still trying to get on the panel with your phone? It's taking a while now. I have a little bit of time, but you know, I don't want to wait forever. That new grammar rule, I'm telling you. When you have the boog leaf, it's black cows. Lesbia Masenya wrote, it is taking a while. Okay, so it's all right. Okay. Wait a few more minutes. Are you still trying to get on? Oh, there it is. To the Black. Oh, there it is. Peace, brother. How are you?
It's Shaga. How are you?
Oh, brother. It's okay. How are you, brother? We know each other, but I'm not gonna say no more. If you want to say it, you can, but you don't have to.
Yeah, I've been trying to get on your show for a while, but yeah, I'm glad I can today. I don't know why it's not working on the computer. Yeah, how are you, Shaga?
I'm doing great, brother. You know, just dealing with stuff.
Yeah.
I'm on holiday, so I kind of taking the time. If I was on holiday, I wouldn't have addressed that. You know what I'm saying? But how are you, brother?
Hi, I'm cool. It's winter here, more or less same time with you. Are you in France?
Yes, I'm in France, so it's 5:33 p.m.
Oh, we're on the same time zone there, because I'm in South Africa.
Okay.
So it's it's about 5:30 here, 5:34.
Oh no, I mistook you for somebody else actually, because the other brother is from Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mistook you.
No, the thing is, if I change computers, then it gives me a different name. So when I'm on your public chat, it says Chocho Masenya, which is still Chocho the Black. So, and it's deliberate for me to call myself Chocho the Black. You started that word, by the way. When some scholars had a problem with, well, I don't know Medu Nature. I've never studied Medu Nature, but I've been following most of your chats, debates with various people. You featured a lot of people, including Brother Reggie, Netanep, lots of them, many debates. So I'm learning from you guys, because naturally I'm very bad with languages. Even don't ask me anything about, I know I can speak English, but don't start asking me what is a verb or pronoun or all those grammar things. So I pick up from you. But I've been encouraged to, study, get into the formal linguistics things, from a infancy stage and pick it up from there. Me, I'm on the science. I'm a computer science. I'm in mathematics. That's my field. You ask me X plus X, I'll tell you what the answer is.
But you know what's funny, brother, is that the person that confused you with is actually a new Meta Nature learner. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, I know each other, but you don't have to say it's up to you. And but for those who don't know, I'm giving private Meta Nature classes, and really, if there was more people in attendance, I have before gave some Meta Nature classes, during live streams, but there was barely anybody. You know what I'm saying? So for those who are interested, my email address is in the description, but sometimes I deal with it. But if people are interested, I give private mental nature classes, you know what I'm saying? And before it used to be 10 hours per 10 hours $10 per class, but now I do by 10. And it's no longer $10. It's $15. So basically $150 for 10 classes, because before some people, they may take one class and then, I schedule the second one and they don't show up and all that, you know what I'm saying? So, when people pay in bulk like that, they will show up because, they have paid. So yeah, that's the way I do it. And it's cheaper than most people who give classes. But feel free. I'm glad, brother, from South Africa. I don't have that many people from over there, so any questions, any comments, even if you disagree, feel free, brother.
Well, two things. Another one will be provocative. I don't know which one to start with. The provocative one.
Start with the provocative one. Yes, feel free.
Yeah, when are you coming to South Africa? This is what I mean. I've been a pain in the butt for many people who are being described with a word that I find I don't like it. Diaspora. This word, I don't even want to look up the meaning. Because you guys need to come to Africa. Not that I'm saying leave your countries there, right? Or families, but you need to come.
I've been to Africa once, but it was
no, I mean on a permanent basis, and this is what I mean. For you to come to Africa, South Africa, or any part that you like, and get a wife, so that you can have access to land. You need to start owning land in Africa, whichever way you want to do it. And I mean you in a plural sense, like all of you. Whether you are in France, whether you are in America, whether you are anywhere else. Because many countries, I'm aware, they could have different laws. In fact, in Cameroon, I think that the Prince of Cameroon started encouraging people, what is called diaspora, to come and own land in Cameroon, that they will be given a piece of land. You need to do that in numbers, or you will lose this continent. Simple as all that.
But people from Lebanon, they go there a lot. People from China go there a lot. But I hear you, brother. The thing is that you said, to get a wife, but some people are already married. They already have children. They already have a family.
Yeah, so, as a black man, your law, historical law, allows you to have more than one wife.
Yes, but some people, we only have one partner, but you have some people who indeed, relocate to Africa, like Dr. Obadele Kambone. He moved to Ghana,
Hmm,
and he was from America.
hmm.
And it's up to people, it's not really an obligation, but in South Africa, what's a bit sensitive is the xenophobia. Unfortunately, there's good and bad everywhere, and just like we have xenophobic people everywhere, and there's been that problem of foreigners, who've been attacked, killed, chased. Some woman got raped, and I'm not saying it happens everywhere in South Africa, but and it happens in a little while, and then he slows down, and then eventually, but really, the there's like jealousy, and they want to use an excuse to take their property and take their businesses and stuff. So they say xenophobia and all that, and it's a shame. But you have a lot of foreigners who live in South Africa, a lot of people from the Congo and many different countries, so yeah. And I've seen there's some comedic people in South Africa as well. Sometimes they speak English a little bit, but most of the time they speak some South African languages. I don't know if it's Xhosa, or I don't know if you pronounce it Kosa, but
Zulu, Xhosa,
yeah,
yes.
Kosa, yes. I've seen this. There's some
Yes.
Kemetic people in South Africa.
Yeah, but Ndugu, you and I are scholars, right? And we should go beyond just accepting what we see, which is true. There is xenophobia, or what is called, whatever that is called, right? And go beyond that and ask questions, or why, or what's the root of that xenophobia, and you'll get interesting results. I'm not claiming any authority because I'm in South Africa. I haven't done actual studies. I haven't read any peer review material. I would love to get one. But that's why we need scholars like you, scholars who, one thing
I,
I
I, I
like
don't
about,
I don't call myself a scholar, but feel free, brother.
but I would call you a scholar. If you study, well, okay, fine. Uh, if for me you engage any school of thought, that makes you a scholar. We can look up a acceptable definition if you want to, but it's my daughter is a scholar, even if she can be 3 months old. I would regard her as a scholar because she's engaging thought, knowledge. She's in a process of inquiry somehow, right? So maybe there's a strict definition, but I'm not onto strict definitions yet. I'm only on the practical side of life, that you need to understand what the causes of xenophobia is. And one thing that you will find is that blacks in South Africa have been cornered in one part of the country. Now you can imagine, blacks will be a major population here, whether you in a Xhosa or in a Zulu or Pedi or all ethnic groups, right? They've been cornered in one part of the land.
Yeah, white people are
Where
10% of the population, and they own 80% of
like
agricultural
80%.
land. Yes.
80%. I mean, blacks will be the majority here, 80% or 85, or whatever. You can check the stats. But they've
No, I was
been
saying
cornered.
white people. Yeah, white people. They are like about 10% of the population, but they own 80% of the land, the agricultural land. Yes.
Well, not only agricultural, also like economic, like in terms of mining, mining and other things.
The beers and many
Centers
others.
of economy. That's what it's meant by they own. It's not like physically they own land per se.
Yes.
You understand? But in terms of economy, yes, they own. So if there's 100% of the mine here, well, they own 80% of the mines. And even in terms of own, in fact, they own 100%. We own nothing here. No black man can claim that he owns anything here. Show me one. Ramaphosa. He owns nothing. He is in the mining sector. He started, not that he really literally started there, but he was in even Tokyo Sokwale. I don't know if he's still alive and things like that. But that's not ownership. He's Mbeki implemented a BEE law what is called black economic empowerment, that blacks should have a 25.1% stake in every white company, for example. So in the mining sector, they will own only 25% as that individual, for that matter. As that individual, the richest people here could have. We can do a thorough study, but trust me, you guys and the guys who have been in more advanced countries than African countries, if I can call it that, advanced.
Technologically, economically,
you've been exposed to
brain,
more technology. You are more literate and more. You've got more equipment. It's what Dr. Henry Clark is saying, basically, if you listen to some of his lectures. You know that you can benefit, the so-called diaspora can benefit Africa intellectually in more ways than one, even monetarily. But me, I'm concerned about ownership, because people are taking over this country, literally taking it over, and by means of marriage. An Indian guy, a Pakistan or whatever, Pakistani guy can come and marry, and they pay like 250 rands. Now divide that by 18 to get dollars. 250 rands for a girl to, just so that they sign marriage papers, so that he can have access to land. 250 rands. To get dollars, just divided by 18, the exchange rate. 18 point whatever. That's like, just so that, and they have wives wherever they come from. But when Ethiopians come here, now is xenophobia. They get killed. When Sudanese came here, when Rwandans come here, when Zimbabweans come here, it's like, wait a minute, guys. How are we supposed to think about this such that we protect what is? And I only am aware that, you know what? I've got black brothers all over the world. In fact, they make a huge population that they can come here. You can come here, guys, and take ownership of this land. Your women in France have got to understand that the law of blacks allows you to have more than one wife. It's as simple as that. We can teach you that aspect of the culture, whether it's scientific or maybe it's folklore. But the process of marriage is a sacred process here, which even the people here don't respect it. They've reduced themselves basically to selling themselves. I hate to use the word, but last I checked, it's called prostitution. It's a process of unification of families. It's this marriage. A woman is expensive, bruh. It's not expensive in terms of material things. It's expensive in terms of unification of the nation. It's an intense process. Look at the Zulu, who are still holding on to that culture, but it's not the only people. Look at the Venda people, the Venda-speaking people. They are very, very, very respectful when it comes to those traditions, and they know the meanings thereof. But these are the little things that you can pick up and build from. Otherwise, we are playing. Honestly speaking, you're going to wake up, all you're going to say is Kemet as a memory, but you will have no land to come to. You other people have, you guys also go to Egypt and look at those pyramids and things, and you find evidence of certain things being scraped off. Where are the noses? And somebody tells me that Cheikh Anta Diop himself that London Museum has got a nose of a sphinx. What is it doing there? It's a nose. Just show it to us. And things of that nature. But I'm not attached to those things per se. They're important for correct history. It's the history of humanity, the way I see it. Those who want to see make it black and white, but, you know, you said it yourself earlier that there was no racial concept during the time of the pharaonic times. Race is just a construct which is absurd. When Cheikh Anta Diop presents data of monogeneticism, whether he's right or wrong, I'm not religiously believing in it, I'm a science. Well, you've got Dr. Soy Kiata, who's doing many studies in related subjects. The whole world. Just yesterday, like in January or something, Christopher Ehret wrote The Africanity of Egypt or something of that nature. And he outlines it nicely to say, well, it's as if the people are ignoring data. Well, they're doing it deliberately now. We've got technology. People who are still writing papers and producing images in like black and white in 2024. What about pixelation? What is that for? Where you can show the quality of the picture itself. You know, when people are being debated, they run to write books instead of producing peer. I'm not attached to peer review, but why are you doing it when people are spending so much time showing you that no peer review paper agrees with you? Kemet doesn't mean black soil quality only, it means other things. Chronology, they're disrespecting chronology. And now I can speak like that as if I studied Egyptology. I didn't study any of those stuff. But what I'm interested in is getting, you know, quality shows like yours, you know, and popularize them in South Africa. I don't know how. In Africa, because many people should be joining in. Students from school and universities, college, whatever it's called, should really be. You should be the talk of the town in Africa, the whole of Africa, for that matter. And it's not happening. So I've got a way. I've got a simple formula to say, you guys just pick a date, get on all the planes that are available on Earth, and land in Africa in your numbers, in your millions.
But it costs paper, brother.
Wake up.
You know?
Yeah, you see, now you've got a point. So
we have bills, we have rent, we have family. But, you know, if I'm welcome, you know, I would love to go to South Africa, you know. But in the meantime...
You have to make yourself welcome, Duku. Make yourself welcome.
Well, if anybody invites me, then, you know, I'll gladly go over there. But the thing is that...
it's your continent, brother. You just land here. You just pick a country and land. That's it. It's
the plane ticket, you know, you know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, the beauty is that we can communicate the way we are doing now. And I had many ups. I had many opponents, you know. Brother Reggie knows the Medinetra, just like Ujawu knows the Medinetra, right? But Brother Reggie is on tape, and I'm not cool with Sekou Kele anymore. But Brother Reggie is on tape telling Sekou Kele, you talk to your people, I talk to my people. You're an outsider. That's xenophobia. And I stood against that. I defended Sekou, you know. So some people, they're doing friendship, scholarship. They have different agendas, you know. We have that platform, you know, of nickname Filthy Frankie, where people can teach that they hate Africans, that they celebrate the death of Africans, you know. So one of the biggest problem I think we had as a people are Pan-Africans, because the Pan-Africans are supposed to be, you know, having the interests of black people worldwide at heart. But we have the Nation of Islam that teaches that Africans are living a jungle life, and people make excuses for that. If it was a white organization, they would say, oh, that's bad. And Farrakhan is on tape explaining that black people are marked and disfigured because we rebelled against God, and that's how we had our kinky hair. I'm not telling people to attack Farrakhan, but I disagree with that. We will not go anywhere with that, you know. Plus, he's on tape saying there's no genocide in Sudan. while the 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 the, the girls were being raped, people were being enslaved, people were being killed, and he denied a reality, because he has a religious agenda, So, but slowly but surely. But I had many ops, and people can see. Even before, I had some channels that were terminated, by the Amen Ra Squad people who kept flagging. And recently, people have tried to terminate my accounts, So, but thanks to my people worldwide, and particularly in America, who did not fall for this xenophobia, I've been supported, and I'm there and I'm learning. I spent 2 years studying Egyptology at the university, Now, it's 2,000 euros per year. Now, 2,000 euros, euros to dollars. Yeah, that's about like 2,100 euros. But for the third year, it's 3,000 euros. So right now, I don't have it like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It
No,
resumes
I
in
understand.
October. But I would have loved to have that certificate, to have credentials in Egyptology. Even if it's not a master or PhD, just at least a 3-year certificate. But right now I have 2 years. But at the end of the day, the beauty is that we are sharing information, learning, communicating, and yeah, and I'm happy. That's a good thing. And we are standing for Africa. We are standing for Africans, and that's important because that's where we are from. We don't see any Chinese people in America that say, "Oh no, no, I have nothing to do with China. I was born here." It's same for Italians. They say, "Oh, I don't have anything to do with Italy. I was born here." But we have so many black people, and if they just take a DNA test, they will be told which ethnic group or tribe they come from or country they come from, because people can travel, they can move, but they will tell them, but they're like, oh, we don't have anything to do with that. You know what I'm saying? We're not this. And we have many people who claim that they are indigenous to America, but yet in their language, in their vernacular, we don't have no trace, from these Native American languages. However, like Haitian Creole and other countries spoken in the Caribbeans and some parts in America, you have some words that come from Africa. But there's so many challenges. But one of the biggest issue is religion. The majority of our people are religious, you see. So they believe the Exodus happened. They see ancient Egypt as a land of evil, you see, and they believe things that are not attested historically, you see. So those are the challenges, and the majority of Pan Africans are Abrahamic, So I don't mean to sound harsh or rough, but we've seen all these decades of these different struggles. Like in America, you have like the New Black Panther Party. It's like the arm branch of the Nation of Islam, So it's always been under the paradigm of this Abrahamic belief system, And we have seen what happened. You see, we've heard what Reggie said, how he talked about. For those, have you ever heard Reggie say? Hold on, let me just play. Just play, because some people may have not seen that.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Comedics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
But yet he will not speak the same towards Christians or Christianity. He will not speak the same towards Muslim or Islam, you see? So that's what's really sad. And we have seen Garfield Reed, Now, what you heard me said earlier, that was 2 years ago. Recently he unblocked me, so there's no beef, no drama. But Garfield Reed, on a very regular basis, has spoken against followers of Kemet, followers of Ma'at, and he came up with that term, Egyptomaniacs, and all that. Some people will not admit if they are being paid or promoted or encouraged behind the scene, but to me, it's clear and obvious. And even if they are not sent or promoted or financed by people, we can see so many individuals in the black community worldwide who went against traditional Africans. Kemetic people are part of them. There's other African traditions, but the one that's, I guess the most talked about is people who follow Kemet or people who follow Ma'at. There's plenty groups on TikTok. They are against Kemetic people. As a matter of fact, very recently in Mali, they made a fatwa against Kemetic people. They said that people should get away from Kemetic people, you see. And there's many groups on TikTok, people just go and bang on Kemetic people, you see. And what's sad is that Jabario Sase, I was so surprised, even though Sanetta spoke sexually about my daughter, Jabario Sase had no problem with that. A 60-year-old man who speaks sexually about a 3-year-old girl publicly live on air, and also a channel where people teach that they hate Africans, that they celebrate the death of Africans, he was still there on that panel. And on top of that, that panel has invited rapists and child molesters, convicted rapists, not rumor, not he said, she said. So that's what's sad, So he can do his thing, I'm gonna do my thing, and we're gonna progress. But he will be slow, but as long as it is steady, then it will grow well, So the foundation has to be strong, so that the building, the house, the bed stands, and that's what's gonna happen.
There is a group that I came to learn about. I'm sure it was last year or early this year, and they call themselves GEK. It stands for Great Empire of Kemet. They are not far away from me. Actually, I'm based in Soweto. They are also in Soweto in a small township called Orlando. And I see one of the, I think the main proponent of that. I've seen that is called.
The other one I saw. They even have like an application, and like some private website. But I've seen a few of the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually even bought this T-shirt from them. I don't know if you'll see it. Let me go where there's light. Actually, I don't even know.
Now I've shared their website here.
Yeah, GEK. Something
there
like
it is.
this.
Yeah, GEK movement. There it is.
GEK, yes.
Great Empire of Kemet.
Yeah. They have it.
And they also have a YouTube channel. I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
Okay. But brother, I'm really happy that you came on the panel. Feel free every time. I'm gonna have to, make moves. But thank you very much for coming on the panel. Always feel free. All right.
Thank you very much, Shaka.
Thank you, brother Elder.
All right.
So
keep on sharing.
Thank you. So, brothers and sisters, sorry, I'm gonna make my closing remarks because I have to do some things now. So stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you do not think right, you will not act right. If you know better, you will do better. Do it to do a Necheru. Hotep.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the meta nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the meta nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neture classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neture class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'atforever.